Owner Mark Davis has made a move that will completely change the power structure of the Las Vegas Raiders. Tom Telesco, the previous general manager of the Los Angeles Chargers for over a decade, is now in charge. This guy has plenty of positives.
I think Tom Telesco is one of the best general managers in all of football. He's proven that draft after draft after draft.
I think he's been one of the better drafting GMs in the NFL.
And plenty of negatives, being associated with Staley and the Chargers' embarrassing failures.
He said something to Sean Smith that Sean Smith didn't like. I'll show you.
But one thing is certain, he prefers head coaches with little to no head coaching experience and who excel as communicators and leaders.
As far as the head coach, no parameters as far as head coaching experience or no head coaching experience, either side of the ball, no parameters there. So when we're looking for a teacher, number one, looking for a coach who can communicate not only with you guys and the fans, but with us and with the players. And we're looking for a leader. You know, the head coach is basically the CEO of the players and the coaching staff. It's a big operation.
Perhaps Mark Davis thought that this would be an ideal fit with recently promoted head coach Antonio Pierce, who has less than 2 years of coaching experience in the NFL. The Raiders also need a franchise quarterback, and in Tom Telesco's first year with the Colts, he oversaw the drafting of Peyton Manning. He also drafted Justin Herbert for the Chargers. The Raiders have experimented with strong head coaches who lead the GMs. Now they'll reverse that hierarchical order. It may work or it may not, only time will tell. Telesco's football career began at John Carroll University, where he played wide receiver. Former Raiders coach Josh McDaniels played quarterback the year that Telesco graduated. If McDaniels entered 1 year earlier, we would have gotten to witness the fire wide receiver QB duo of McDaniels to Telesco. After serving as an intern and assistant for the Texans and then later the Panthers, Telesco would get his first real NFL opportunity with the Indianapolis Colts as an area scout in 1998. Telesco served under Hall of Fame general manager and president Bill Polian during his entire tenure with the Colts from 1998 to 2011, making a huge splash their first year with drafting Peyton Manning. In 2005, Telesco was promoted to Director of Player Personnel and later oversaw Manning's release in 2012. Telesco later experienced the same difficult situation after having to axe Chargers franchise QB Phillip Rivers after the 2019 season. After the Rams almost poached Telesco in 2012, the Colts promoted him and tried to keep him. The Chargers ended up hiring him the next year. Every organization has draft successes and busts. Some have more busts than others. Tom Telesco received plenty of criticism from fans over his bust, but he also drafted players like Keenan Allen in 2013 and also Asante Samuel Jr. in 2021. Speaking of 2013, never forget his first year as a GM, he took a chance on Manti Te'o amid all that controversy.
I'll take all the jokes, I'll take all the memes, so that I can be an inspiration to one who needs me to be.
Just because he was catfish, that does not mean he was not a talented linebacker. Aside from Manti Te'o in the second round, in the third round is when he found Keenan Allen, one of the best Chargers wide receivers, and he got him towards the middle of the draft. In his second year, he did have some problems drafting Jason Verrett in the first round. This man was known to have some injury concerns, and it later followed him in his Chargers career. 4 teams with one goal make it to Las Vegas in just a few weeks. With all the drama in the air, I've teamed up with DraftKings, an official partner of the NFL, to get you in the action. Right now, new customers who bet just $5 will get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Yes, instantly. Download the DraftKings app now and sign up using my promo code Wi-Fi Willie for your shot at the crown. But that is right, new customers who bet just $5 get $200 in bonus bets instantly. If you've already signed up for DraftKings like me, you can get a no sweat bet. Get a bonus bet back if your same game parlay or same game parlay X bet does not hit. Max reward limits apply. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code Wi-Fi Willie and bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code Wi-Fi Willie only at DraftKings Sportsbook. And remember to play responsibly. But in 2015, he was able to find running back Melvin Gordon and players who eventually joined the Raiders like linebacker Denzel Perryman and also defensive tackle Darius Philon. 2016 was also a great year for Telesco when he found Joey Bosa, who despite the fact that he does get drunk and sometimes argue with Eagles fans,
hey, when do the Chargers play this week?
Are you Snapchatting your little butt buddies?
Videoing you. The guy who's not playing today. What are those fines, Bosa?
You're good, because I can afford them.
So can I. Me too. Me too.
He is still a great edge rusher in the NFL, and in the same year, Telesco found tight end Hunter Henry. In 2017, Tom Telesco was also able to find another great wide receiver for the Chargers, and that is Mike Williams, making him a top 10 pick that eventually turned into a second contract. The following season in 2018, Telesco would find great talent on defense, grabbing edge rusher Uchenna Nwosu in the second round along with Derwin James in the first round. The Chargers would have a slight setback in the first round of the following draft in 2019 by missing on Jerry Tillery, who is now with the Las Vegas Raiders. But the Chargers ended up having to release Tillery in the middle of the 2022 season, and that's never a good sign for your organization when you got to release first round picks. In the 2020 draft, the first draft after moving on from franchise quarterback Phillip Rivers, Tom Telesco would find his QB Justin Herbert, an Oregon Duck, at pick number 6. There were some rumors and reports that perhaps Telesco wanted Tua Tagovailoa and ended up having to settle with Justin Herbert. Obviously, at this point, I think the consensus is that Herbert is a better QB than Tua Tagovailoa. But these are just rumors, and at the same time, Telesco did end up selecting Herbert at pick 6, and he should get the credit for some of his success. 2021 would be a great draft for Telesco as well, picking Rashawn Slater, offensive tackle, at pick 13 in the first round, and then getting a complete steal at pick 47 in the second round. The LA Chargers would select Asante Samuel Jr., who's right now one of the top cornerbacks in the NFL. Yes, the Chargers have not had the greatest success with Tom Telesco since 2013. They have appeared in the playoffs 3 times and have 2 playoff victories. However, the Chargers have always had problems with injuries and also choking late in the season. But in terms of Tom Telesco, he's always done a decent job building a competitive roster. However, after losing to the Raiders in a historic fashion, where the Raiders would score their most points in franchise history under interim head coach Antonio Pierce, Tom Telesco would be fired along with Brandon Staley.
The LA Chargers have fired head coach Brandon Staley and general manager Tom Telesco after a historic and embarrassing loss.
But was Telesco really to blame for this, and was he just a casualty due to a franchise wanting to press the reset button? Ultimately, John Spanos, the owner's son and the team president, who once liked Telesco's structural preference of hierarchically trumping inexperienced head coaches, wanted to finally try his hand at a splashy experienced coach. This meant the Chargers had to completely overhaul their front office and coaching staff. It was time for Telesco to find a new opportunity that suited his GM philosophy. Mark Davis just so happened to need an experienced GM with experience drafting Hall of Fame franchise QBs. Telesco has said when hiring head coaches that he doesn't require them to have experience on either side of the ball, but needs them to be more like a CEO.
Head coaching experience or no head coaching experience, either side of the ball, no parameters there. So when we're looking for a teacher and we're looking for a leader, the head coach is basically the CEO of the players and the coaching staff. It's a big operation.
The Spanos family meddled in front office affairs throughout Telesco's tenure. With Mark Davis, he'll likely have much more control and much more freedom to do his job. The Raiders' most recent head coaches were also the de facto GMs, John Gruden and Josh McDaniels. Mark Davis has not had a true general manager with more power over roster decisions than the head coach since 2017 with GM Reggie McKenzie and head coach Jack Del Rio. McKenzie was later replaced by Mike Mayock in 2018, who was highly deferential to John Gruden. Of course, Dave Ziegler was highly deferential to McDaniels. However, after Ziegler tried to distance himself from Genius Josh when they were fired on Halloween, Davis hit him back. Mark Davis said it was clear where the buck stopped, regardless of whether Ziegler accepted that responsibility. The Chargers are apparently close to finalizing a deal with Jim Harbaugh, who would likely be paired with Colts assistant general manager Ed Dodds. Raiders interim GM Champ Kelly and Dodds were top candidates for the Raiders' full-time position. When it comes to Tom Telesco, his former mentor Bill Polian vouches for him and says he has a great ability to be a people person and he's liked by all.
Great. He's a great communicator in the building. Probably going to be maybe a little too low-key for the media.
Really?
But you know, that's okay. That's a good thing.
After so much toxic discord and rancor in the Raiders front office and locker room under McDaniels and Dave Ziegler, the Pierce-Telesco partnership may end up bringing much-needed team chemistry. Time will tell how all of this plays out. Did the Chargers make a mistake by letting go of Telesco and make it a big play for Harbaugh? Did the Raiders settle for division rivals leftovers with a rookie head coach? Who will end up right in the end? Let me know in the comments below. If you're still watching here at this point in the video, thank you, and I would appreciate it if you do subscribe to this channel to keep it all going. My name is Wi-Fi Willie. Peace out, and I hope you have a good one.